You know, Scott, to me what's disappointing in this great run that LA is having, and this season particularly, is the dip in attendance. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, that stadium looked not, half empty, but pretty close to it. I mean, I think they had, 15,000 people in there? You got to put a lot more fans in there. This is an exciting team. They're winning. They're scoring a lot of goals. It's Landon's last number of home games. Why aren't people coming out, Scott?
Well, they had 16 last night is what they announced, and they've been getting 21, 22 pretty much all season long. I mean, there's a variety of things that play into it. Well, last night's game, but Wednesday night is not the best night to be having a game. You're in Southern California where there might be a billion things to do. Traffic on weeknights can be bad, so, the game's on TV. Why not stay home and watch it if you care that much about it? You've got the Dodgers are really the story this summer in Los Angeles. That, the following the Dodgers have is far greater than what the Galaxy has. It's just the market. It's a difficult market. It's a market that doesn't get too excited about anything until you're winning championships. And the Galaxy, last year was a disappointing year. This year they're starting to play well, but I think they're going to have to get into that final stretch and really be on top of the league before they're going to be selling out regularly.
Scott, safe to say after taking care of business with the top team in the Eastern Conference, DC United, that LA is really looking to the West as their biggest challenge. Seattle, maybe Dallas, Real Salt Lake, of course. Is that what's on their mind first and foremost, knowing if they get through the West, then it looks like they can sip that champagne for another championship, because the East doesn't look like they're going to have anything to respond the way they've been playing?
Well, I think Sporting Kansas City is a team that's going to be very much involved at the end. In fact, of the Eastern teams, that's the one that I look at and say, this is the team that's going to make the championship out of there. And I think Sporting Kansas City matches up pretty well with the Galaxy. I think that would be a really, really fine final. Or if Sporting Kansas City were to match up with Seattle or Real Salt Lake or Dallas. The Galaxy have 2 games left with Dallas, and their last 2 games of the regular season are a home and home with Seattle. So that's what's going to determine, what happens in the West. The feeling is you want to finish first for obvious reasons, and the Supporters' Shield is very much a part of what the Galaxy are going after right now. But you want to be ahead of the teams that are over in the East, so that if you do make it to the championship game, you can be home, because home field is just so big in that title game. So they're looking at both sides, but they've played the biggest teams in the East. New York is the only one I think that's left on their schedule. They got Toronto left as well, and Toronto's having a really fine year. But the West is, I think the West is a little bit stronger than the East. There's more teams that are really battling for the top spot, and it should be a real interesting final 2 months of the season.